Well, we're at Canton Wine Spirits this morning. In fact, it's so early that the delivery trucks are delivering products into Canton. So let's go in and see what they have new in amazing bourbons and whiskeys. Okay, when you walk in, you see they've got a rather large location here in Canton. I don't know if it used to be an old CVS or Rite Aid, but we've seen a lot of bottle shops come into these old pharmacies and make good use of the space. And we're at the beginning of the bourbon and whiskey aisle, so let's see what interesting bourbons and whiskeys they have. So on the left side coming in, we've got our barrel, including that barrel foundation that we like so much. And then Uncle Nearest. Coming down, a couple rows of Maker's Mark. And 1792. And then, if you've been looking for Benchmark, wow, they got a big compliment. And there's that Angel's Envy Triple Oak. And look, the Gypsy Legacy. I don't see that too many places. Michter's. Bullet. Our Wild Turkey collection here. And someone said the other day, show us more bottom shelf. Well, there's some bottom shelf for you. 10 High and Old Crow, about as bottom shelf as you can get. Here's the Kings County if you're looking for that. Few. Garrison Brothers. Down here are Four Roses. Jefferson's. Larceny. And this Lock & Company Aspen Aged Rye. I'm not seeing that one before. Kings. New Riff. Can't go wrong with any of the new riffs. A nice selection of the Calumet. I've got the Calumet 15. It's the only one I have experience with, and I like it. Nice selection of Knob Creek. Coming down, everyone keeps telling me I need to try this Anita's Choice. I have not tried it yet. Wilderness, James E. Pepper. And for you Southern Comfort fans, like my wife, there's the Southern Comfort. And now on to the High West. Castle and Key. Now they don't have that new wheated cask strength, but that is really a good wheated bourbon whiskey. Chicken Cock. Yellowstone and Blue Note. More Basil. And there's our Chattanooga. Old Ezra 7. I hope to be doing a barrel pick on an old Ezra 7. And our Heaven's Door. And Russell's. And look, they got a 4-gate. Remus and a Gatsby. Gatsby's really nice. So they've got here, they got 3 different Remuses. We've got Blackout and Red Line, Penelope, Tin Cup, of course, a nice selection of Redemption, and some more Overflow on the bottom. Now the Edmonds I'm starting to see a lot of places. And this Pendleton, I know they're famous for the rye, but they make a bourbon now, a 10-year bourbon for $45. So here we are, our Widow Jane, including the Lucky 13 and Decadence. And this Applewood rye is quite delicious. Got some Bibb and Tucker, some Peerless, and Southern Star on the end. And for your old granddad fans, we've got 3 different old granddads here. And a McKenna. You don't see the McKenna as much as you used to. Nice to see that there. Some Bowman and an Eagle Rare. One per customer. And look at that big ass Traveler bottle. I don't think that's going to help them sell it. Master Pick 15. Coming down here. Kentucky 10. Green River. You know, I like the Kentucky 10, but for the money, I'd rather have the Green River wheated bourbon. And we got some Wyoming. Laird's. Not familiar with them. Redneck Riviera. We know who that guy is. And on the end cap, Yellowstone and Woodford Reserve. And on this end, a lot of Bullet. I mean, a lot. And some Rye from Pursuit United. That is an excellent rye, by the way. Short barrel. And look, two short barrels that are really sought after. The Cigar Batch 2 and the After Swarm, which is the rye version of their honey barrel. If you like the bee's knees, you might want to consider getting this After Swarm. Horse Soldier. Fiddler. And Redwood Empire. You know, still, that Screaming Titan to this day is my favorite Redwood Empire. A lot of Evan Williams, including their single barrel. Legends, local distillery. And a whole bunch of Evan Williams flavored. And look here, you don't always see all four of the rabbit holes. They've got all four, the Boxer Grail, High Gold, Cave Hill, and Derringer. Cave Hill's my favorite. Peg Leg Porker, Dominic, Dexter. Nice selection of Bardstown. And now we're into the Jack. Lots of Jack. You like Jack? They got Jack. You like Jim? They got Jim. Including some big bottles of Jim. Now we're into the Willet. And we got some more Jack here. Gentleman Jack. Some Bonded Rye. More Jim Beam. And I've seen this Henderson before, but I know nothing about it. Blue Run. And look at all the Whistle Pig they've got. Now, the only Whistle Pig I found I like so far is this guy. But I'm really not a rye guy, so I'm not the right person to tell you about Whistle Pig. Heaven Hill Grain to Glass. I've got our Woodford here. And a whole bunch of Elijah Craig. Punchers, Jesse James, 2XO. And if you're in Georgia, you're going to find George Dickel. Early Times, the whiskey, not the bourbon. And on the end, a bunch of Jack Daniels and an Elijah Craig store pick. Let's look at some of the end caps and stuff out in the middle, including this Gypsy, which is on sale for $59.99. And here's a store pick. Barrel number 1, it says, and you can see the stave profile, 110.6 proof. Remember, the key to Maker's Mark is finding out of those 5 stave profiles, what do you like? And if you buy enough of them, I promise you, you will figure it out. Can't go wrong with the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, nor the Georgia Hardwood. And up near the front of the store is where you'll find their store picks. They're single barrels that they've selected just for you. First up, we see our Old Forester single barrel. Yellowstone store pick, cast strength. Then we have 2 Jack Daniel's barrel proofs, a bourbon and a rye whiskey. Then there's that Maker's Mark. They also have a Hudson whiskey and an Elijah Craig single barrel proof. And you don't see Hill Rock store picks very often, but they've got a Hill Rock and a Whistle Pig 10-year. And look, they've got a Remus single barrel. 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley. Nice. And 109.1 proof, right in my wheelhouse, people. And of course, what everybody likes to see in a bottle shop is show me the allocated. And we have a nice collection of allocated for you here. And if you're a fan of spirits that aren't bourbon and whiskey, they have a lot of other choices for you too. Let's look at them. We can see their coolers down on the end, and there's our vodka and gin and tequila. And then on the end, we've got our scotch and cognac and brandies. So that's our bourbon hunt today at Canton Wine Spirits. We hope you enjoyed the little tour, and come and ask for Sandy next time you come in and let him know we sent you here. So see you next time on Bourbon Hunt.